Short.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Brick Boys Best Bets with Cook the Books, the show that's going to get you paid. Today is college football week 5. Big B here. Got my brother Cody, Moneyline Mac. So we're going to get into this. The first game is Washington versus Rutgers. Friday games. Rutgers strong run game. Washington has been solid this year, but they've been traveling a lot. I think the travel over and everything of that nature is going to be it's going to affect them some kind of way. Hopefully they can get a little jet lag and Rutgers can get that money line win. I'm taking Rutgers with the money line.
All right. So, um, we got the Huskies and the Scarlet Knights. This game, I did want to take Rutgers, but I think this game is going to be just like that San Jose State game with the Huskies. I think that is going to be a back and forth game. Um, I gotta take the total with this one, man. I gotta take the over 44.5 with this one. I just see it being a back and forth game.
All righty. You heard it here. We going to number 7, Miami versus Virginia Tech. Cam Ward is playing out of his mind this year. With that kind of quarterback play, a solid running game, and a good defense, I don't think Georgia Tech got a chance. Um, but I don't want to push them off because they have been strong. So I'm going to take the over in this game. I think the game going to go over 55.5.
Yeah, I can't really add much. Cam Ward has just been dominating, man. Virginia Tech, they coming off of the Rutgers loss. Um, yeah, man, I don't know if they have enough for this Miami team. I think in the beginning they're gonna keep it close, but third, fourth quarter, that second half, I think Miami's just gonna put it on. Excuse me. So I'm gonna take Miami minus the 18.5.
All right, that's the 2 games that we covered for Friday. We're going to get into the Saturday games now. Number 1, Texas versus Mississippi State. What else can I say about Texas? They've had these huge spreads that they've covered. Uh, Number 1 quarterback goes down, and Arch Manning steps in and does exactly the same thing. They are going to do what they're going to do and go ahead and take care of this game. I'm taking the spread minus 38.5 for Texas.
All right.
Hello.
Um.
Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes,
Um.
Omar, we're live.
So Texas, and Mississippi State. I just think that I believe in Arch Manning. Like I do. Like I think, bro, Texas quarterbacks. The backups. I don't really, bro. This team is just good. They covering the spread. They just dominating teams. Um. Yeah, I gotta go with Texas. Minus 38.5 also.
Texas at home.
Joining the podcast, we got nephew Omar Old Nasty going to give you his picks now.
Yes, sir.
No, they're not.
So-
But what do it matter?
yeah, sorry for the little delay today, man. But we here, and that's all that matters, man. Texas has covered against the spread every week. I've been with these guys every week. Literally, even against Michigan, I still was like, I feel like they're gonna beat them by more than a touchdown. You know, in this game right here, you know, Archie Manning didn't look as good as I thought he would. You know, against I forgot who they played, but I think Mississippi State is a little better than the team that they played. I know the spread is 38.5. I was looking at it earlier, and I was like, I was kind of back and forth. We know Texas is going to score and dominate on the offensive end, and we know on the defensive end they're going to be there, and they're playing a lot of defense this year. So it's just hard to bet against those guys. My thing is, it's just like how after last week, how ready is Archie Manning? Like, is Archie Manning is he really ready? Like, is he really ready? I mean, he played good. He played okay through two picks, man. That's what threw me off. I'm like, he threw two picks. Uh, man, it's just hard for me to bet against these guys. I got to take Texas with the points, man. I got to go with them. It's hard not to, man. It's tough.
Next game, number 2, Georgia versus number 4, Alabama. Game of the week. Everybody hollering at this game. Everybody got an opinion. For me, Georgia defense isn't Georgia's defense right now. I've seen kinks in the armor. And I think with a mobile quarterback like Milroe, they're going to have problems. So I'm taking Alabama plus 2.5. I'm taking the points.
So if you've been watching college football for the past few years, there's one team that Georgia always had trouble with, and this is Alabama team. The difference is though, Nick Saban isn't here anymore. So I just think that it's going to be a different outcome. Carson Beck is going to show up and show out. I think this is the game he's gonna show like what he's really well. He's already showed it, but this is gonna be this should be a good game. But Carson Beck is really about to come out here and show the world, you know what I mean, what he can do. If he gets this win, oh man, oh man, I'm taking Georgia. Taking Georgia on the money line.
Man, I swear I've been waiting for this game since the beginning of the season. Man, is it no Saban, no problem? Is that what it is, man? Is it no Saban, no problem? I don't know, man. I don't think Bam is as flawless as they look. You know, I think the competition hasn't been as up to par as Georgia's played, and they've shown some vulnerability. Um, Even though they beat Wisconsin 42-10, if you saw how that game started, it was like, oh, it was like it was a gasp for air for a second, but Wisconsin's offense couldn't do anything, and it wasn't even because Bama's defense is crazy. It's because Wisconsin's offense is just trash. Straight up, is just trash. I'm watching the game and I'm like, what is this, man? Um, I'm with the dogs, bro. I think it's a revenge game, man. And I think Kirby Smart is gonna have them boys ready to play, no doubt. I don't even need a money line, man. I'm taking Georgia with the points. Hey, I think Georgia beats the brakes off of them. Everybody over exaggerating, everybody running to the window to bet Bama because Georgia had a close game with Kentucky last week. I guarantee you, Georgia come out and show they're the best team in the nation. They rank number 2. They gonna try to reclaim number 1 this Saturday. I guarantee you that. Georgia -2.
Next game. Number 3, Ohio State versus Michigan State. This is a big rivalry. The schools aren't far apart. always play tough. I just don't see where Michigan State could do anything. Ohio State going to smack them, but I think the game will go over 49.
So Ohio State versus Michigan State. I actually like this Michigan State team. But they are no match for Ohio State. Um, Ohio State, they're going to Michigan to play them. Yeah, man, I do think Michigan State is going to score. Definitely, we've seen Ohio State do that all the time. They will not shut out a team. A team will score a touchdown or two. Look at the Marshall game. But yeah, I think this Michigan State team can score along with Ohio State. Yeah, I just think this total is too low. I'm gonna go with the over 48.5.
Michigan lost to Boston College.
Yeah, it was a close game.
Reason. Is this not like a is there no history in this matchup?
I think
Plenty of history.
Yeah.
This is a game that happens every year. Been conference forever. They always tough games. These are not easy games. Ever.
That's exactly what.
Just like when Ohio State and Michigan play.
I was just about to get there. I don't know, man. I'm not in love with this Ohio State team, man.
I'm with you on that one.
This is just what they got to prove me. I guess Michigan State at home. I take Michigan State on the spread.
Number 6, Ole Miss versus Kentucky. We're about to see how good Kentucky really is because this Ole Miss team been hanging points on people all year. I'm talking about smashing through them. So if Kentucky really is that tough and they deserve to be ranked, they're going to show it this week. I just don't think they're good enough to cover that 18-point spread with Ole Miss. I'm taking Ole Miss minus 17.5.
All right. This game I struggle with because we seen Ole Miss just destroying teams back and forth. Kentucky, I can't get a good read on them. You had Georgia come in. Actually, no, you had South Carolina come into Kentucky, wash them. Then Georgia comes in, beat them by a point. It was a low scoring game. I don't know how to read this team. So I'm just count on their defense to hold them off. If they can hold off Georgia, I think they can hold off Ole Miss. We're gonna see, but I'm gonna go with the under 52.5 for this game.
I'm not overreacting to that Kentucky versus Georgia game because that's always a close game, Man, Ole Miss, man. I gotta keep playing it, man. These my guys, man. These are my guys. They won't fail you. This Kentucky first game on the road. After a heartbreaking loss like that, they about to go play a complete way different team in a complete different environment. Good luck. Hey, man, Ole Miss minus 17.5.
Hold on, you said Kentucky? Hold on, Kentucky's home.
No, they're not.
Kentucky not home? Oh, I got it wrong here. I got it wrong.
Yes, they are.
No, they not.
When I had it, it had Ole Miss versus Kentucky. I mean, they home. All good.
Yeah, Ole Miss is home.
Number 8, Oregon
Yeah, Ole
versus
Miss is home.
UCLA. Number 8, Oregon versus UCLA. I'm not convinced on Oregon yet. But they've been doing good, hanging points. UCLA's been scoring but has no defense. They have to try to outscore people. So I went with the over on that game, over 55.
Yeah, we've seen Oregon, have close games, with Boise State. And I think it was that Idaho. And yes, UCLA definitely ain't got no defense. But Oregon did came to play when they faced Oregon State. I will give them that. I will definitely give them that. I think that this team is going to start to get it together. That Oregon State game, that was an important one. And they took it like they took it by what 30 plus points, I think. Um so yeah, man, I just think that it's going to be a high scoring game. I don't think it's going to be a shootout, but I do think Oregon's going to do most of the work. UCLA is going to have, at least a touchdown or two. I'm going to take the over 55.5.
I really can't find an angle to bet UCLA. They haven't really showed me anything. Oregon, I don't know. Really can't trust them either with the spread. I guess I would take over 55.5 as well.
Number 9, Penn State versus number 19, Illinois. Illinois a lot tougher than everybody think they are. This 17.5 points, I think, is a bit much, even against Penn State. They got a solid run game, good quarterback play, a decent defense. I'm taking Illinois plus 17.5. They're not getting beat by no 18 points. Go ahead for a minute, Cody trying to catch up, I guess.
It's a night game for Penn State. At the crib, at home, man. Do I want 17.5 points? I don't really know. I like the total at 47.5 with two teams that I know for the most part are gonna. I see this as a dog fight. I think maybe Penn State wins by 10 points, maybe. But I like the under 47.5.
Yeah, that was my fault. Illinois and Penn. So my issues with Penn State, Bowling Green almost beat them. Bowling Green almost beat them at home. I don't know. This Penn State team is not like they're not one of these like crazy teams. They are good, but they aren't Texas. They ain't Tennessee. The Fighting Illini is actually a good balanced team either way. We saw that with Nebraska. They beat two ranked teams already. This 17.5, it's ridiculous, man. This is way too many points. I'm locking up the Fighting Illini plus 17.5.
All right, number 10, Utah versus Arizona. Utah ain't getting no respect put on their name. They've played solid football all year. Arizona scores points, has no defense, but I don't think they can score as many points on this Utah defense. This Utah defense is pretty good. So I'm taking Utah minus 12.5.
What's funny about this at the beginning of the season? Arizona was ranked. They had that game versus New Mexico. New Mexico was scoring. They really don't got no defense. They faced I think Arizona was that Northern Arizona, I think. Yeah, I think they faced Northern Arizona and could not score at all. Game was close. After being double digit favorites. I just this Arizona team, man, they not it. Utah, you seen what they just did with the backup QB. Now they face an Arizona team that just this team is not good. And then Cam Rising, I think Cam Rising gonna play this game too. Even if you don't, I'm still taking a Utah minus 12.5. Easy.
I like Utah, man, but it scared us against Baylor, man. And I think that was at home. It's a night game though. It's not a day game, so kind of different element, you know. I need Cam Rising playing, man. If Cam Rising playing, yeah, I'm all in on Utah. I like Utah, I like this defense, like how they can run the ball, and with Cam Rising there to orchestrate the offense, I think they got a good thing going on. So I'm roll with Utah minus 11.
Number 12, Michigan versus Minnesota. This is a game that happens every 2 years, I believe, too. Very familiar schools with each other and things of that nature. Neither has been burning up the scoreboards this year, but I think this over of 38 is too low. So I'm gonna go with the over 38.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. I think one of these, I think Michigan's gonna beat them. If you want my honest opinion, the Golden Gophers, they really, I don't know, like they face Nevada, they face Nevada, they blow Nevada out, they blow Nevada out, and then they face what they faced last week. Um, crap. Anyway, long story short, they lost. They lost. I forgot the team. I forgot what team it was. About the college football all day, but yeah, they lost by a lot. I'm gonna take. I think the total's low too, so I'm gonna take the over 30.5.
Mm, both y'all. I got 35 and a half,
It's all over the place.
but man, I was on Michigan last week, man. I was kind of scary there, man. The boy get like an 80-yard run, and then bam, you score with 12 seconds left. Cover for me, win the game. Money in my pocket. I'm like, damn, yo, do I really want to put myself on suicide watch and bet on Michigan again, man? Yo, this team is not that good. I'll be straight, flat out. This team is not that good. Um, is Minnesota going to be the team to come in there and bang them up? I don't know. Is Michigan going to drop another game this early? I don't think so. But all in all, bruh, I'm like, hey, man, I might be, I don't know, I might be on Minnesota.
Might be on Minnesota plus 9.5.
Might be on Minnesota money line.
Minnesota money line.
Just cause I don't I don't know. I think this Minnesota team, this offense, is similar to the USC offense. How they move the ball. I
Mm.
think they got some speeds out there, and they got Brosmer. He ain't nothing crazy, but I think he definitely could put the ball in the end zone. Um,
Yeah, they lost.
I
They
guess
lost last week by something crazy. But I don't. Oh shit! I don't think being there. But we'll continue though.
it's
Uh,
just I just don't trust Michigan more than anything. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. And the way
no,
that
I
they're
understand.
playing, the mistakes might pile. Um,
We'll see. I'm gonna
yeah, I'm gonna
continue,
take
man.
Minnesota. Minnesota +9.
+9.
Yeah,
All right. So we're gonna move to we having technical difficulties, but we're gonna keep it moving. USC versus Wisconsin. Spread is 15 and a half. Well, I got it at 15 and a half, and the total's at 50 and a half. I think in this game both teams are gonna score. I think both teams are gonna score. I do think USC wins it. I do think they win it. I don't know if they cover it, but I do think both teams are gonna score. Um, I'm gonna take the over 50 and a half, man. I just think it's the total's way too low.
I got 51.5.
It's all right.
Um, bro, Wisconsin, man, they just got the doors kicked off them.
I know.
Like they just got cooked by Bama at home. Now you going to the Coliseum. USC mad. They just lost to Michigan on some crazy. That was crazy. They fought back, clawed back, and lost at the end. You know, going back home. It's a day game. They're gonna be fired up. I think the offense is rolling. I think they kill Wisconsin. I'm gonna take a minus 15.5. I think they beat them by 3 touchdowns. Yeah, it's one of my favorite games on the play. I think USC's offense is going to be too much for Wisconsin's defense, and I think USC's defense is going to be able to stop Wisconsin enough, so they'll easily cover the spread.
B USC Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Shit, it kicked me all the way out.
Yep.
Not to mix words. Wisconsin a little better than what people are stating. They played a couple tough games. Um, Always got a good farm boy line. I think 16 points a bit much for USC, who has trouble on defense. So I'm taking Wisconsin with the points. All right, number 14, LSU versus South Alabama. LSU showed up this week, but I still think they're a little shaky in places. This South Alabama team can score points if you make a mistake or give them a chance. If you give them the slightest chance, they'll score. I was going back and forth, but I'm going to take these 22 points. South Alabama plus 22.
I was going back and forth with this game too. Oh man, because it's like we just seen South Alabama score 87 points on Northwestern State. Granted, it's a cupcake team, but still that's impressive. They destroyed App State. That broke my heart. They destroyed App
Yeah.
State. Um, this LSU team still got some question marks. But I can't. This is so many points with a team that can score at will. I just can't. Even if like it's a non-defensive game, like it's just back and forth. I'm gonna take South Alabama with the 21 and a half.
Um, I just, man, I can't, man. I don't know. I just think LSU, they had a good win last week. Back at home against South Alabama. I think the defense is going to be riled up for this one. You know, defense got to be riled up for this one for sure. Not gonna lie, cause ain't no way in hell you letting South Alabama come in here and light the scoreboard up. Ain't no way. not, not in the trap, man. Not in the trap. Stop playing with them. I'm on Boney Island, man. Boney Island, man. I'm clamping the flag, man. LSU minus 22.5. They're gonna beat the dog shit out of South Alabama. They got Ole Miss next week. So they need something good. They need to beat somebody bad before that game. Oh my goodness! I'm telling you, they gotta beat these boys bad because next week, it's not gonna be good. We go to the next game.
So we got Louisville versus Notre Dame. The spread, I got it at -6.5. Total's at 46.5. Louisville, they just covered the spread versus Georgia Tech. Barely. That was a good one. Notre Dame, this game, man. I was back and forth with this game too. I'm gonna put my faith in Louisville, man. I'm gonna do the +6.5, man. No. I'm doing the over 46.5. Sorry, I'm doing the over 46.5. I think it's gonna be a shootout.
Notre Dame, Louisville, tough. They proved to me in a couple spots that they are a good team, but this Notre Dame defense is different. I think Notre Dame going to be able to beat them and cover the spread, -6.
How can I even? It's times like this that I just love, man. We knew Louisville was gonna be Georgia Tech, as in I told y'all boys, because they're better than Georgia Tech at home. They had to handle business. Now they're going on the road into one of the toughest environments in college football, like, easily by far. And this is also their first road game. I don't think Louisville has enough up front on offense or defense. And the way that Notre Dame is going to want to run the ball over them, I think they're just going to they might just bow down. I don't think this is going to be close at all. I'm taking Notre Dame -6 easily. This defense, they haven't even allowed 14 points. Come on. Or more than 14. That's what I meant. Like, come
Number
on.
se- number 17, Clemson versus Stanford. 22 points was a lot for me. Stanford has showed they was tough against tougher teams than Clemson. I'm taking Stanford +22.
So, all right. So Clemson has destroyed teams. After that Georgia game, they just came out and dude, they destroyed App State too. This Clemson team is just coming out and just destroying teams. Stanford, they did show up versus was that Syracuse? They did show up. That was a good game, by the way. Uh, but yeah, I can't turn my back on the Clemson team, man. They just destroying teams. I think that defense is going to hold up, and I think they're going to cover that 21.5. So I'm going to take Clemson -21.5.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think Clemson minus 21.5. Stanford don't stand a chance. Stanford don't stand a chance.
Number 18, Iowa State versus Houston. Iowa State is a tough team. Way tougher than anybody gave them credit for to start the year up. Houston, plays tough, but has no defense. We've seen that all year. I'm taking Iowa State minus 12.5. They're going to cover this spread.
All right. The only positive thing I can say about Houston is they had a really close game with Oklahoma. That's about as much as I can go with Houston. They've been getting destroyed ever since then. They've been getting just washed. Um, Iowa State, we just seen what Iowa State just did to Arkansas State. They put the hurting on Arkansas State. Um, yeah, man, I think Iowa State just going to be able to score at will. I don't even think I'm hoping Houston to score a couple. But yeah, I'm gonna take the over 43.5.
Um, yeah, me too. I like the over 43.5. Not one of my favorite games.
Number 20, Oklahoma State versus number 23, Kansas State. Kansas State got to show something if they for real. Maybe they had a bad game. I don't know. BYU put the smack on them. So I'm looking at this game as a little bit of redemption. Maybe they could try to prove themselves better. We all know Oklahoma State can't hold water. They can't stop a runny nose. So I'm gonna take K-State minus 5.
So with this game, I'm like KSU was on the road. They're going to BYU, and it's the same thing. Last season, on the road, they struggle with decent teams. They struggle. They might win, but covering the spread, I don't know. Um, but yeah, I think this is going to be a bounce back game. Oklahoma State's going to come in here. We all know Oklahoma State. Like we all know what they're about. Um, yeah, man. I'm going with Kansas. I'm going with KSU minus the 4.5. They home. I think they're going to show up.
Man, Oklahoma State just lost to Utah with no Cam Ryder. I can't, man. I like Kansas State at home minus 4.5. They probably won by a touchdown.
Number 22, BYU against Baylor. BYU done crawled themselves into the top 25. Baylor's had some rough games, but they are a solid team. I just think they're going to go back and forth. I took the over in this game.
So Baylor just lost to Colorado. I do think they're gonna, have a better game, this game. But BYU, they just did something crazy and they just got ranked because of it. They just got in the rankings because of it. Um, I think the Mormons, I think they're gonna come in. I think they're gonna do work, man. I'm gonna put my money on BYU money line straight up. I think they can beat Baylor.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. They just beat the brakes off of KSU. Like, if we being for real, they just beat the brakes off of Kansas State. Like, Baylor, nah. You see how they just lost last week? Their heart just going to keep breaking. It's going to just keep breaking, man. Why are they favorites in this game? BYU, the books need to show BYU some respect. So I guess we got to make them show them some respect. Hey, BYU money line, pay me.
Number 24, Texas A&M versus Arkansas. Texas A&M a tough team, but I like this Arkansas squad. This Arkansas squad scrappy. They play ball and put points on the board. They got it close, but I think this Arkansas team is just, tough, scrappy. I'm taking the points. Arkansas plus 3.5.
The Aggies versus the Razorbacks. I love this Arkansas team. I love Taylor Green. That kid's a beast. I'm right there with you, man. Arkansas plus 3.5. I think the wrong team is favored here. I'm gonna say Arkansas plus 3.5. Give me that little field goal pushing. That little field goal push.
Man, bro. All right, I started the season off fading Texas and with Notre Dame money line. Since then, they've been playing good football, and even in that game against Notre Dame, they played good, and it's the defense. I like their defense. They play a lot of defense, bro. But their offense is very questionable. And the way Arkansas plays, I can see them winning this game late. So I'm gonna take Arkansas on the points. Arkansas plus 4. And knowing me, more than likely, I'm gonna sprinkle some on the money line.
Number 25, Boise State versus Washington State. Neither team got defense. Watch this. 64.5 total. They're going to go over it. I'm taking the over.
This game is going to be a shootout. This game is definitely going to be a shootout. This is going to be a replay of Washington State and Washington. This is going to be a replay of this. I'm pretty sure of it. Both teams don't have any defense. And, since it's going to be back and forth, I'm going to take the points to cover my ass. So I'm going to take Washington State plus the 7.5.
Man, we've seen Boise State in a game like this before, and it was the Oregon game, in my opinion. It was the Oregon game, but the game was in Oregon. This game is in Boise. Yo, I love Boise State, but Washington State is 4-0, man. And they're underdogs. I think they're going to play with a little chip on their shoulder. Washington State money line. Thank you very much.
Colorado versus UCF. If they could protect Shedeur Sanders, this team would be ranked easily. I think 14.5 a little bit much. So I'm going to take Colorado plus 14.5. If they don't protect them, they're going to lose. This is a hill to climb for them and a way for them to prove themselves. So if they really do want to get up in here and see something different, beat this team. But I'm going to take the points. Colorado plus 14.5.
This UCF team, I'm not as, scared of them as I was last season. They were crazy last season. But this Colorado team, man, they got the momentum after that crazy game with Baylor. Yeah, man. I do think this is way too many points. Colorado, once again, they got to show us. They got to show us what's going on. That's my team, but I just think this is way too many points, man. This is way too many points. I'm gonna take Colorado plus 14.5 also.
Man, I don't think UCF is good at all. I don't think
Not this season.
UCF is good at all. They beat TCU by 1 point last week. What are we talking about, man? This prime time. Like, this prime time. Come on. This is what we do. 14.5 after we just beat Baylor like that. UCF just won by 1 point too. They had a little nail biter. Man, it's too many points. And Colorado is not losing another game this early. Colorado money line. Put it on there. I don't need the points. You see, TCU gonna put 34 points on them? Hey, Colorado put 50 on them. Come on, man.
Florida State versus SMU. Florida State is not as good as anybody thought they would be. SMU rolling. They scoring points. And I believe they're home. I'm taking SMU minus 5.5.
Yeah, FSU. They're like, oh, we beat Cal, like we won our first game. It's like, yeah. And then the coach was like, yeah, we beat a great team like Cal. I'm like, bro, you went for a rude awakening if you think that's a great team. Cal isn't bad, but still, yeah, you went for a rude awakening. Uh, this Florida State team is not good. They only beat Cal by what 5 points, 4 points. Yeah, bro. I'm with you on the Mustangs, man. I'm taking the Mustangs minus the 5.5.
Man, Florida State just beat Cal, man. They gonna have some momentum. Hell no. Ain't no my fault. I got a call. Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. But ain't no way in hell that Florida State is even gonna be in this game. You know how many interceptions DJ got? 3? SMU got 3 wins. I think he has 4 at the end of this game, and they have 4 wins, and they covered the spread. SMU minus 5.5.
Purdue versus Nebraska. Conference game, a silly game, if you ask me. I don't think Purdue got a chance. They haven't showed anything yet this year, as far as I'm concerned, defensively. Nebraska quarterback play is too good for them to win. What's the spread on this game?
Minus 10.5.
I'll take Nebraska minus 10.5.
Yeah, man. Purdue, they gotta show up, man. The Boilermakers, man, they gotta show up. You seen Notre Dame's coming in and just smoke them. They smoked them. Um, yeah, man. Nebraska, we seen what they can do. We seen what they can do, man. I ain't even gonna worry about this, but I'm taking the over 40.5, man. I think Nebraska about to score like 50, 60 points. Like this Purdue team is not good at all. I'm gonna take the over 48.5.
No brainer, man. Nebraska with the points. Nebraska minus 10. They just lost. Now they're gonna go in here to West Lafayette on demon time. Nebraska minus 10.
Georgia Southern versus Georgia State. I really don't care nothing about this game. Both teams can score little points, though. They've been tough against ranked opponents and all, and FBS. opponents and all. So I'm going to go with the over on the game.
That over 58.5 here. Georgia Southern versus Georgia State. This game, I don't know. I looked at it and I was like, hold up, but didn't Georgia State beat Vanderbilt? And then Vanderbilt had a close game with Missouri. That's the only angle I got. I'm gonna take Georgia State money line. I'm gonna take Georgia State money line for this one.
These games are always really good games to watch, actually, as crazy as it sounds. They're always back and forth. But I think Georgia State has a little too much talent for Georgia Southern. And I think they pull away maybe late third, fourth quarter. I think they cover this 3.5 easily.
Oh, I believe it's a good game because some of these kids probably played against each other in high school, and now they're playing against each other in college too. So it's probably one of them things, just an in-state rival game, back and forth, this, that, and the other. So it should be entertaining. Last game on the slate, TCU versus Kansas. Whew. Kansas and quarterback play. That's all I really know about them. Their defense has been shaky all year. TCU, we know their defense has been shaky all year. What's the spread on this game, Cody?
1.5.
What's the over?
59.5.
I'll take the over 59.5. I don't think they're going to play enough defense to not score 60 points.
You get baited.
TCU scores a lot, man. TCU scores a lot.
Neither team got good defense, man.
Whoa.
Both of them scored pretty good.
Don't underestimate Kansas defense now.
Kansas done got beat up a couple times, bro. Please.
It's BYU beat them.
This
TCU scores a lot, though.
This TCU. BYU is nice.
I know.
They going to show you this week.
Scores a lot, though.
BYU going to beat Baylor.
For this game, Kansas has been a little disappointed, man. TCU has been also. But if I had to pick, man, I gotta go with TCU money line. Like they very high scoring team. Yeah, I'm gonna just go with TCU money line for this one.
Kansas is the better team. Kansas at home. They gonna show y'all who they did. They gonna show y'all who they are. Point blank. Period, man. Put some respect on my boy David Neal. You know, them boys. They gonna run. He gonna run the ball. He gonna score. And the boys are gonna play efficiently. And I think the defense is gonna show that they have somewhat of a defense this game. Kansas minus 1.5. I think there's 2 points, man. Come on.
All right, folks, that's the show. Week 5, college football. Big B, Cody, Omar, we out. Cook the books. Up at you.